everyone and welcome back to Cute Crochet. My name is Sri and in today's video I am going to show you how to make this daisy granny square. These are so fun and easy to make and you can use these to make so many different things. I have already made a sweater for myself and a purse with the leftovers, but you can make so much more. These can be used as building blocks to make blankets, scarves, hats, sweaters, tops, baskets, bags, pillows and cushion covers, or even shoes. You also don't have to have a specific project in mind. You can just start making them and then see where it goes. You can either make them all in the same color or you can use a bunch of different colors and use up your scraps. This project is a great scrap buster. So let's get started. We are going to start with the color that we want to use for the center of our flower. Since I am going to be making classic daisies, I am going to start with my yellow color. The center of the flower requires very little yarn. Even this small amount of yarn will end up making 2 or 3 centers. So this is a great way to use up your scraps. This is a 4-ply yarn and with it I am going to use my 4mm crochet hook. Start by making a magic circle. To make a magic circle, loop your yarn up and over your finger like so, forming a cross in the front. Then insert your hook underneath the cross, take the yarn from the other side and pull through. Then yarn over and pull through the loop on your hook, and that finishes the magic circle. We are going to start working in this magic circle now. Start by making chain 2. In this case, this is going to act as our first double crochet, and then we are going to make 11 more double crochets into the magic circle. To make a double crochet, yarn over, insert your hook into the magic circle and pull up a loop. You will have 3 loops on your hook. Then yarn over and pull through 2. Again, yarn over and pull through 2. And that completes 1 double crochet stitch. Let's do that again. Yarn over, insert your hook into the magic circle and pull up a loop. Yarn over and pull through 2. Again, yarn over and pull through 2. Continue to make 9 more double crochets into the magic circle in the same way. We are going to work over this tail as we go along, and you can cinch the circle a little bit if you need to. Here I have my 12 double crochets including my first chain 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and then 12. Now I am going to go ahead and pull this tail to cinch the center circle completely closed. Then to join at the end of the round, we are going to skip the first 2 chains and then slip stitch on top of the first double crochet to join. Doing so will create a fake stitch on top of that chain 2. Now normally we would ignore that stitch because it increases the stitch count, but in this case we are going to work into it because we want the total stitch count all around the center to be 12. We do this so that the beginning and the end of the center are seamless. Then cut the yarn without leaving much tail and pull the yarn through. This tail is going to get worked over, so there is no need to fasten it off properly. Fastening off can create unnecessary bulk and we want our center to be as seamless as possible. When I start making these squares, what I like to do is make a bunch of centers at first all at once and then move on to the next round, and I do this for all the steps. Next, bring in the color you want to use for the petals of the flower and start by making a slip knot. We are going to make a standing 3 double crochets together. For that, yarn over and then hold the 2 loops in place. Then insert your hook into any one of the stitches of the previous round. It really doesn't matter which one. Then yarn over and pull up a loop. You will have 3 loops on your hook like this. Yarn over and pull through the first 2, but do not finish that stitch. Instead, yarn over again. Insert your hook into the same stitch and pull up a loop. You will have 4 loops on your hook. Yarn over and pull through the first 2. Again, yarn over, insert your hook into the same stitch and pull up a loop. Yarn over and pull through the first 2. Now you will have 4 loops on your hook like this. Yarn over and pull through all the 4 loops on your hook. That finishes our first standing 3 double crochets together. Now chain 1 as a spacer and into the next stitch again make 3 double crochets together. Yarn over, insert your hook into the next stitch and pull up a loop. Yarn over and pull through 2. Again yarn over, insert your hook into the same stitch and pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, insert your hook into the same stitch and pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, then yarn over, pull through all 4 loops on your hook, and that finishes your next 3 double crochets together. Chain 1 and again into the next stitch, make 3 double crochets together and continue repeating this all the way around. Don't forget to make a chain 1 spacer in between 2 3 double crochets together. Once we reach the fake stitch created due to the slip stitch earlier, we are going to work a 3 double crochets together into it like normal. When you're working into that stitch, it might loosen a little bit because it is not fastened off properly. What you can do to fix it is pull on that tail and it will tighten it right back up. Then chain 1 again and make one more petal into that next stitch where we had slip stitched earlier. Make sure that you're working over that tail to weave it in. This is very important because it has not been fastened off before. Continue working over that tail and make one petal in each stitch all the way around. At the end of this round you should have 12 petals. I will finish that and meet back up with you. Here I have finished making all the 12 petals and the last chain 1. I am going to slip stitch on top of that first petal to join. Then I am going to chain 1 and fasten off. You can pull on that other tail as well to tighten that knot. And this is the flower part of our square complete. It might look like a circle now, but once we make the next rounds, the petals will get more defined. Next, bring in the color you want to use for the base of your square and again start by making a slip knot. We are now going to make the granny border. For this round, we are going to be working into the chain 1 spaces in between the 2 petals and we are going to start with a standing double crochet. For that, yarn over and hold the 2 loops in place and then insert your hook into any one of the chain 1 spaces. It really doesn't matter which one. Insert your hook into that place and pull up a loop. You will have 3 loops on your hook like this. Yarn over and pull through 2. Again, yarn over and pull through 2. And that finishes one standing double crochet. Next, we are going to make 2 more double crochets into that same chain 1 space. Into this first chain 1 space, we are going to make our first corner. So for that, after making the 3 double crochets, we are going to chain 2 and then make 3 more double crochets into that same chain 1 space. And here is our first corner. Now we are starting with a circular shape and we want to square it off. So into the next few spaces we are going to have to make stitches that are a little shorter. So instead of making double crochets, we are going to make half double crochets. Half double crochets are very similar to double crochets. Yarn over and insert your hook into the next chain 1 space and pull up a loop. Then yarn over and pull through all the 3 loops on your hook at the same time instead of 2 at a time. And that is one half double crochet stitch. Make 2 more half double crochet stitches into that same chain 1 space. Again, into the next chain 1 space, make 3 half double crochets. Into the next chain 1 space, we are going to again make a corner. A corner is 3 double crochets, chain 2 and 3 double crochets. And here we have already encountered the tails, so we are going to walk over them as well. After you have finished making the corner, make 3 half double crochets into the next 2 chain 1 spaces. Then into the next chain 1 space we are again going to make one corner, and this is basically our pattern. After making the corner into the next chain 1 space, into the next 2 chain 1 spaces we are going to make 3 half double crochets each, and then again we are going to make one corner. Continue to repeat this all the way around and you will have a square shape. As you can see, I finished making 2 sides of the square and they have straightened out nicely. I will finish making the 2 other sides and then I am going to meet back up with you. Here I finished making all 4 sides. Now I am going to slip stitch on top of that first standing double crochet to join, and that brings you to the end of this round. As you can see, we have a very defined square shape and the petals have also been defined. Now you can either stop here or make one more round. To make another round, we have to first slip stitch into the next 2 double crochets and then into the next chain 2 space. This next round is going to be like any other normal granny square. Into that corner space we are again going to make a corner. For that, chain 3 to start, and this is going to act as your first double crochet. Then make 2 more double crochets. Then chain 2 and make 3 more double crochets into that same space. Next, we are going to make 3 double crochets in between the spaces of each of the clusters of the previous round. Then when you reach the corner, we are again going to make one corner, which is 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet. Continue repeating this all the way around. I will finish it and meet back up with you. In the end, skip that first chain 3 and then slip stitch on top of that second double crochet to join. That will create a fake stitch on top of that chain 3. Now you can snip the yarn, leaving a little bit of tail and pull it through. Here, as you can see, the second stitch has been distorted, so we are going to create one more stitch on top of it. Come in to the back of the last stitch and then pull that yarn tail to the back. Then come in from the back only through the back loop of that fake slip stitch and then bring that yarn tail to the back like so. That will create a stitch on top and we can barely even tell where we had joined before. And that's it. If you want a very crisp square shape, you will have to block it. For that, dunk it in some warm soapy water and then pin it on all 4 corners. But I feel it's kinda unnecessary and I never do it. I'm also going to weave in the ends. You should have very few remaining since we have walked over most of them. To weave them in, I am using a smaller crochet hook. I have been making a bunch of them all in different colors and I have a very special project in mind for them, so stay tuned for that. Thanks so much for watching. Bye!